I want to share with you guys how we get paid in ACN. Is that okay? There's going to be a lot of information. We're going to share a few stories with you guys. Make sure you guys are sitting up in your seats and taking notes for this information. So I'm going to go through mastering the compensation plan. You know, learn it, it will motivate you, and teach it, it will motivate others. But understand, you guys, the comp plan doesn't matter unless you can touch people first. You're going to have to go from your head to your heart as you're sharing this information. See, once you touch people's hearts, then you can reach for their hands. So understand, when you guys are sharing this with people, make sure you're talking from the heart on what you're saying. And I'll share a little bit more about that in a little bit. First of all, here's the positions we have today. You start as a qualified team trainer, where you get qualified. Executive team trainer, ETT. Executive team leader, ETL. Team coordinator. Regional director. Regional vice president and senior vice president. Okay, think of this as your business plan. Your business is growing, you get paid more. Okay, first of all, you guys want to get personally up to your 10% level. So even though I'm going to talk about these different breakpoints, write this down. The only thing that matters is 60 points. The only thing that's going to get you 10% is 60 points. So in your first 30 days or less, you want to go out and get 60 points as fast as you can. But in the meantime, from 1 to 29 customer points, you get 1%. From 30 to 39 customer points, you get 3%. From 40 to 59 customer points, you get 5%. And then 60 customer points or more, what do you get? I can't hear you. What do you get? 10%. Now, when I tell you guys, when I came into ACN, what it took to earn 10%, it's going to almost bother you that I signed up 20 years ago, because you couldn't really earn 10% when I got started. But today, it's very possible, even in the first 30 days or less, to get those 60 points. Now, as you're developing your team, you can earn override and residuals. So you can start to develop an organization. You get reps who get reps, and you get paid through 7 levels until you're a regional senior vice president. So here's how this works. You're going to go out, let's say, and introduce 2 people. They're going to introduce 2, you get 4. They introduce 2 for this hypothetical, you get 8, 16, 32, 64, and 128. Now, obviously, as you can see, you get 0.25% on levels 1, 2, 3. You get 0.5% on level 4, 3% on level 5, 5% on level 6, and 8% on level 7. So you want to build an organization deep so you can earn the biggest commissions where the majority of your customers fall. So let's say you introduced 2 who told 2, and everybody got 20 customers. So you'd have 40 customers on level 1, 80 customers on level 2, 160, 320, 640, 1280, 25, whatever. So that means you're going to ultimately have, in your first 7 levels, over 5,080 customers that you can get paid on every single month. Now, this is just based on a 2 telling 2 hypothetical. If you recruit 3 or 4 or 5, those numbers are going to be bigger. Now, here's how it works. You want to get paid through all 7 levels of your team. So you want to go out and get 60 customer points, because that opens up all 7 levels in your organizations. But in this example, as long as you have 10 personal customer points, you get paid on the first 2 levels. When you have 20 customer points, you get paid on the first 4 levels. When you have 40 customer points up to 59, you get paid on 6 levels, so that opens up 3 and 5%. And when you have 60 customer points, you get paid through all 7 levels of your team. So understand, guys, our goal in our business is to get paid, make money, and help other people make money. And the entire compensation plan opens up when you go out and acquire 60 customer points right away. The speed of the leader is the speed of the group. So you want to get them quickly, so your people get them quickly. And I know I'm blowing through this information because I want you guys to understand, even though this information is important and people have to understand it, people are not getting in the business because of the information. People are getting in the business because of you. Write this down. People follow people. People follow people they like, trust, admire, who inspire them. They don't follow companies. They don't follow opportunities. They don't follow compensation plans. People follow people they trust, who touch, move, and inspire them. So when you're building this, it's all about how are you showing up. See, because you got to become someone you've never been before, to do something you've never done before, to have the results and success you never had before. So ACN is just a personal growth course with a compensation plan attached to it. But I want you guys to see, your first goal when you get in is to get qualified. To become a qualified team trainer, you want to go out and get 4 services, and 2 of those 4 need to be outside of your household. So 2 outside of you, 4 total, you're qualified. And people want to get qualified right away, 24 hours. Now you become an executive trainer. How do you do it? You have to have 25 customer points either acquired by yourself or with a team of people who each go out and get 7 to 10 points each. So obviously, executive team leader, you have 75 customer points in your team. Team coordinator, you have 600 customer points in your team. You can have 3 different groups with no more than 200 customer points each, but your personal points can count towards your 600. Regional director, you've got 2 team coordinator legs and a 3rd line with at least 200 customer points. Regional vice president, 4 team coordinator lines. Senior vice president, as you can see, you need a couple regional vice president lines. So as you're building this, guys, you just want to hit the board and move to the right. You want to get promoted as fast as you can. Again, the speed of the leader is the speed of the group. Write this down. A drowning person cannot rescue a drowning person. The reason you want to go out and get promoted quick is so you can show other people how to do it. Don't look for your upline. Don't look for your sideline. You need to step up as a leader. Every one of you in this room is a leader starting now. Can you do that? Okay. So now when you guys get started, you're an executive trainer. Here's how the bonuses work. The customer acquisition bonuses are for the acquisition of the new rep acquiring their 4 services to outside the household. So when you're an executive trainer and a new rep comes into your team, either personally sponsored or anywhere down your group to the next executive trainer, when they get their 4 services and 7 minimum points, you get $100 on every single rep that comes into your team to an unlimited number of levels until there's an executive trainer. Once there's an executive trainer, they pick up the 100. You want to get promoted to executive team leader. As an executive team leader, you recruit me. I go out and get 4 customers or more. You get $200 on me. I recruited 5 people right away. You get 200, 200, 200, 200, 200 on every single qualified person that came into my team until I become an executive team trainer. Then you would earn $100 on every qualified rep under me, and you can start new lines. You can personally sponsor another person, and you're making $200 at each one of those people, and if I'm an executive trainer, $100 on each rep under me. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes or yes? Okay, next level is team coordinator. As you can see, the bonus is doubled. Now you're going to go out and continue to build an organization. You recruit a new rep. They go out and get 4 services. You earn $400, not just on that new rep, but on every single new rep that comes into that line to an unlimited number of levels, could be 100 levels down, $400, all the way down to the next executive trainer, and below the executive trainer, $300 underneath them. Below the executive team leader, $200 underneath them, and even below a team coordinator, $80 on every single rep that gets qualified under the team coordinator. So you've got layers of leaders developing your business who are all acquiring what? Customers. They're all acquiring what? Customers, which is building your long-term back-end residual income. Does that make sense? Okay, next position, regional director, regional vice president, senior vice president. Increase customer acquisition bonuses, increase residuals beyond the 7th level, all expenses paid retreat. There's a lot more money at those levels, obviously. ACN's co-founders, they never wanted to get rich at the expense of the masses. So every time the company made money, every time the company grew, over 15 or 20 times, they continually add more money to the compensation plan to take care of the reps in the field. So I'm super fired up about where we are and where we're going, because now you've got increased earned positions, increased personal customer residual income, increased customer acquisition bonuses, you earn customer bonuses, and you have more products and services than ever before. When I came in, it was just long distance, and you guys have gas, electricity, solar, DirecTV, Dish, landlines, business lines, credit card processing, home security. Guys, it's 1,000 times better today than it ever was, but here's what I did when I came in. When I came in the business, I personally sponsored 8 people in my first 2 months. And from those 8 people, I became a regional vice president 3 years later. One of those people was my friend Matt. And as I developed Matt's team, Matt led me to somebody named Alfonso Lobato, one of the top regional vice presidents developing Mexico, and Danielle Lin, another top regional vice president on my team in that group out of Utah. And that organization built hundreds of thousands of customers over the past 20 years. And then I recruited my sister Liza, my cousin Doug. And Liza introduced my sister Eve in Arizona. And 43 levels down, 6 years later, we recruited a gentleman named Spencer Hunt. Spencer Hunt is obviously a multiple-time Senior Vice President Circle of Champions member with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of customers in his group. That came through Liza, who I recruited my first month. Liza recruited Eve. That team led to Spencer. I don't know if you've heard of Martha and Jim Hunt. They're on that team. I mean, there's probably 50 or 100 vice presidents that have come through that team, and 3, 4, 5 Circle of Champions members through that leg that got started in my first couple months. And then I don't know if you've heard of Efren Tejada, personally sponsored one of my first 5 reps. He's a Senior Vice President, Circle of Champions member. And 21 levels down from him is Mike Basutti, Circle of Champions, Senior Vice President. And down in that group, you have top Vice Presidents, Stephen Payton, who's coming up next. Jeff Battles, Marlene Bram, Dean Turali, and another bunch of regional vice presidents that came through that team as well. So this was all from my first month or two, and I just kept digging and digging and digging. And over time, we've built hundreds and hundreds of thousands of customers through the comp plan simply by serving and helping people. The more people you help, the more money you can make. But here's what I want to tell you guys. It is not about you, it's not about me. This is about why you're doing ACN. Write this down. If your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. You've got to have a big reason why, and the how-to will figure itself out. But what I noticed was your whys just keep growing. And you start to notice how the company gives back, how ACN gives money to the Ronald McDonald House, how ACN fed 1.5 million hungry kids last year, how ACN's partnered with Project Feeding Kids, not just here, but now they're helping feed kids all over the world. I have been so blessed to be a part of this company over the last 20 plus years. And if you can't feel God's presence in this room right now, then you're simply not listening. Because ACN is a blessed company, and we are changing and saving lives every single day here. And if you go out to the marketplace and you talk to people and let them know that this is about your why, this is about your family, this is about feeding hungry kids, this is about bringing you home to be parents to our kids, you guys are going to have no problem getting customers. It's going to be so easy to develop a marketing team. It's going to be a piece of cake to go team coordinator, regional director, regional vice president if you show up with the right heart. But remember, you've got to come from here and not from here. It's not the information, it's the person that enrolls people in the service, that enrolls people in the vision. And I'll show you guys my last slide is my current, right now, reason why. Here's why I do ACN. Today. Is I signed up in ACN, I had no kids, I was 25, turning 26 years old, and I said, you know what, if I work hard for 5 or 10 years, if I'm willing to sacrifice and pay a price, then I'm going to be able to be an at-home dad to my kids. I'm going to be able to take them to school and pick them up whenever I want to. I'm going to be able to do everything in school with my kids that my father was never able to do with us. So here's my reason why. That's, the older one is Zoe, and the younger one is Jade, 5.5 and 2 years old. Let me tell you guys something. They get to be around us all the time. They get to see we don't have to go clock into a job. We don't have to answer to a boss. We get to inspire, touch, move, and inspire people on stages like this and in living rooms every single day. And my kids are the happiest, most incredible kids out there because they're being raised in the ACN environment. Greg Provenzano's kids are regional vice presidents platinum in ACN here in the room because this is the kind of environment we want our kids to be raised around. Isn't that awesome? And these are my reason why today. One day when my kids turn 18, 19, 20, if they choose to, they're going to be able to get started in ACN, start from the bottom, and work their way to regional and senior vice president just like Dad did, just like Mom did, just like we were able to make it happen. My kids get to be able to follow in our footsteps and build a legacy for our kids, kids, kids. See, this is a legacy business. This isn't about the wealth we create for us. This is generational income. These are residual checks that your kids' can be cashing 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years from now. People are going to pay their utility bills and their cell phone bills forever. Unless we figure out telepathy and candles, these are not going away. Would you guys agree? We got 40, 50 more countries we're launching in the next 5 years. We haven't even scratched the surface on what ASEAN's about to do. But here's what I'll tell you. In the next 5 years, in my opinion, ASEAN will grow from $800 million to $8 billion a year, and we will become the largest, most successful network marketing company in the history of network marketing. And I'm not slowing down until we get there. Until all of you are on this stage, until all of you that want it bad enough are regional and senior vice presidents, we're going to be in the trenches, rolling up our sleeves and going to work every single day to grow this company to $8 billion a year. Can we do it? Will we do it? Are you all in? Awesome.